G'day guys, back with not another round of Facebook Scrabble because my internet connection is not working. But instead I thought I would go through a review of cardboxing and show you where I'm at, and you can compare that to the last video I made like a year ago and see how I'm going, and you can see that I think it's quite a slow process, and I think the method I'm doing is very good. It's not perfect because I know I missed some of those, some of the words that are in my card box, and I know where they are. But it's a way of ensuring that I've got all the words that I need up to a certain point. So let's remind ourselves, Ziziva 5.03, Cardbox. And what do we got? So the left column indicates, just going to check my video that's picking it up. It is. Left column tells us which card box we've got, and so you can see I've got a very small number into this one, and this is the reason this is so small is there's the remnants from when I had slightly different card box settings, and I'll go through the settings in a minute. In the right column is what's happening and what's due in a few days, etc. And you can see it's fairly consistent up for maybe the first 11 days. Then it sort of goes a bit funny, and then it just keeps being quite consistent and consistent and consistent. And this is because of the way that I've set my card boxing up, the scheduling, etc. So let's have a look. Just a quick look at what my card box is like. So I really wish I could make this bigger. Can't like control, and can't even zoom in. So when I add stuff to the card box, and that comes from words that I've tested myself on or I know that I get wrong, I send them to Cardbox 0. And then if I get them wrong again, anytime I get something wrong, it goes back to Cardbox 0. This is how cardboxing works. So you have to basically get a chain of wins in a row per question. So something that's been Cardbox 6 means I've got it right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row. Something that's in Cardbox 0 means I've got it right no times in a row. So there's 15 that I've gotten wrong. I just got wrong, and I know one of, sometimes it's for different reasons. So I think there's like the anagram of tie rods, and it's not tie rods, so Tierods. That's not a word, but I might have put it in as a word and not gotten the other 7 anagrams first, so that goes to Cardbox 0. And that counts as one question. And then, so when I get it right for the first time, I have a delay. Now, some people don't use this system. They use a much more earlier, like a current system, like when they get it wrong, then it's suddenly due again. But I don't do that. I give myself at least a day's break, because, well, I don't think it benefits to see it immediately again. Because I'm more concerned about it being committed to long-term memory and not just, short-term and, oh, look how many times I got it right, big deal. Like I think I've mentioned this before, and I've seen people with card boxes that they've got like thousands and thousands and thousands of questions, and some of the questions they've got like 20 times out of 30 times right. But they're still in their like low card box, and they're like 3-letter words or something. That's ineffective. That tells me it's if you're getting it right 90% of the time and it's in a lower card box, it doesn't make sense. Basically, my idea of it is that you need to do it within your means. And for me, I know the limit comes when Cardbox 0 is about 50. Or when the combined, or when like the due now / due soon is 50. So I try to keep it under that. So this is the perfect time for me to add it. And I've done some card boxing earlier today, and that's where this is. We're going to have a look at the quiz. That's the remnants of the quiz. And now I'm at a stage where I'm going to add some more words to it. So just going on, just explaining where the card boxing is at. Fairly self-explanatory. Get it right once in a row, it goes a week. Get it right twice in a row, it's 2 months. It's a month, sorry. Get it right 3 times in a row, so the third time it goes 3 months. So in the course of 4 months, I'll see it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Does that make sense? Because 104 plus 32 plus 8, a little more than 4 months. But it's plus or minus. So I make it, see, so 104, what's 104? It's 90 plus 14. 32 is 28, which is 4 weeks, plus 4. 8, well, it's a week plus or minus 2. And that's how I go on. So it does rapidly go up, and I found this to be quite effective. And that's, I've got 5 in that have survived for, you know, after they've gone into Cardbox 5. So I got them right after 208 days, after not seeing them for 9 months. So I got them right. And so I just keep going up from there, blah, 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 blah. It's unlikely that anything's going to get the Cardbox 15. Well, I'm never going to see it, you know. I mean, you can calculate how long it would take to get to 15. It's a long time. What I will probably do, once I've gotten my next plan is, once I've gotten through all of the words, I'm going to turn off the hints, which is how many anagrams. And once I turn off hints, then I'll consider myself to be, and once I've turned off hints and I've got nothing in Cardbox 0, that's when I'll consider myself to be actually any good. But it will take a long time. But I've got, you know, so I've got a very, very, very long-term plan. I've also got a very short-term plan, which is get rid of the short-term plan is get everything out of Cardbox 0 and get everything out of this. The medium-term plan is add the top 5,000 probability, and I'll show you where I'm at with that. And the long-term plan is process every single word in this manner. So let's go to adding new quiz words. So I've got a saved quiz that I've been going over and over and over. Now, this one, and if you don't know this reference, you can see the last time I put in. If you don't know this reference, what rock have you been living under? But this is the one that's my current file. You can see the last time I added words must have been on the 22nd of January. It's now 2nd of February, so 2 weeks ago. So if I open this will be my last results, the last set of words that I've done. So I only deal with 7s and 8s because those are the bonuses. And for this one, because it's on multiple, it's only anagrams that are 1, that are 2 and greater. The probability order is where I'm up to. So I said I'm trying to get to 5,000. I'm going to try and do that by maybe the end of the month. Depends on how motivated I get. And now I've got this one, which is not in word list. So just to have a quick look at what that word list is, you might be able to work out what the pattern is. So if I scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, can you notice anything about the word list? Okay, right, well, they're all 7s with an S. So I don't need to anagram 8s that are just 7s with an S, so I've chosen to remove them. So it probably it doesn't really matter for this one, because any of those 7s with an S that has an anagram will appear in there anyway. But this is really as broad strokes, because what's going to happen, what I'm planning to do once this catches up to my single anagrams, I am going to I'm going to merge them, and I'm going to have one list that just does all anagrams, and I'm going to go up from there. And I'm still going to have this note. So things like the word Tayloron, or Tayloron, or is it Alienors? Yeah, the Alienor, Aileron, Alarion. They have 3 anagrams as a 7, and you add an S, and it's 3 anagrams as an 8. So it's kind of useless. It is actually good practice, I will give it that one, because when you've got the S and you're going, oh, what other letters? But I felt that it was not a good investment of time, because you kind of think of S's anyway when they're on the board, when they're 8s. Just the way that you think of 7s and 8s. So I've removed all 7s that have an S from the word list, so it's slightly reduced. It's not hugely reduced. So I'm up to 4,300. So I'm going to do a new batch. So I do what's like 100. It's not actually 100, because it'll be like 35 that have 2 anagrams each. So doing it with these settings gives me like number 4,301. And sometimes there's duplication, because an anagram ends at 4,300 and then its second one starts at 4,301, but that's it. So then I've changed the settings. I then just save it, say yes, and okay. And so, challenge for you, can you beat me? So each of these has 2 anagrams or more. I do pay attention to hints, so that's down here. That's the number of anagrams that I've got correct so far, and the total number. Alright, so we'll just go through it. I want it to be coalesced, but it's not. Setolas. Another thing I should mention is, as I haven't seen these anagrams for many games, eons, study hours, whatever you want to call it. They're all relatively, it's all like long-term memory things. So for me, I give myself a little bit at this stage, at the adding stage, I do give myself a little bit of leeway in terms of remembering them, because these are things I might not have seen for years. So I don't know the anagram of Setolas off the top of my head, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to give myself a chance to find it. Oil cats, soil cat. I don't know. Okay. That's going to be a good one to remember. Dowager. Wordage? Yep. Despoiled? It's not right. Pistoled? Is it postilled? It is postilled. So even though I got those right, they're still going to go in the word list because I got one wrong. And the big thing for me is not making mistakes. Polities, and then it's Spylight plus an O. I want petiolus, but I don't think so. Polities. Pisolite. Libation. I want it to be like biotonal, but I'm pretty sure that's not right. Libation, globation, is that good? No, no globation. It's abolition, minus an I. Nail boot. I don't know. Boltonia. Okay. Oblation. Of course, I should have got that. Boltonia. I do know the word, but yeah, just the. It's an odd combination of letters. An odd sequence. I believe this is uncares. Oh, it's not. Raunces. Unraces. Oh, so there we go. There's 3 wrong ones. It's got to be Surance. Not sure. Sun care, interesting. Clarets. Cartels. Oh, lots of ones. Scarlet. Oh, I should know this one. Oops. Excuse me. Castler? I feel like I know. Oh, I do. Yeah. See how it's 43. I was discussing if it's 4300. I should know these. It's tar cells. So because it was 4301, it got included. So I've already seen it. I was thinking it was familiar. So I'm going to make sure I do get it. Crystal. That's the hard one. I will mark that as correct, even though I got it wrong. So as you can see, I got it. So it's due in my box anyway. I'll mark it as correct, but yeah, because it's already in my cart box. Cartons and something else. Snot car. Oh, 4 anagrams. I don't think it's an N. Cantors. I think that's good. Contras. Cratons? Is it cratons? Yay. Great. Breadia. I do like to try and work them out beardier before writing them down, because if that's good, if I can, that means I'm even better. Yeah. I think it's better. I always try to be able to do them in my head rather than having to write things down. So I think this is rootings and stewing. Roosting, duh. Motorial. Tail room? Some tail? I thought that was the case. I thought it was like the monorail. Motorail. Monorail. Arcutes. Quarters. Curates. No. It's not raucous, is it? No. Crustae, never going to get that. And actuers, not arcutes. Yeah. Factures is a nice hook. Dangles. Slanged. Oh, 5. Glandis. Yeah. Is it Legends? Legends? Yes. Cool. I do like learning some of the meanings, even if they're not 100% correct. Modelist. Moldiest. Don't know. I'm thinking like an ism word. Don't know. Melodist. No. Dilution. Dilution has an anagram? What the? Is it an oid word? Oh, it's toluidine. Yeah. Nice. It's a very common one. Palatino? No, I can't be right. No. I was thinking telepoint, but that's two A's. And it's Palomino. It's not anti-loop. Optional. Napolito. Oh. What? No Polito. Bugger. Okay, I'll remember that because it's no pal. You're no pal of mine. Hardens. Handers? Shard? Okay, this is important. Shand. Oh. It is handers, bugger. Mouse red. Dimorous. Semi-dour. I've got a feeling it's another D word, but oh, it's ceridium. And it's got to be erodiums. Ta-da! I actually had that one come up in the tournament on the weekend. I found ceridium, and I think it was the only one that could play. It might have been Dimorous could have played as well, because of the where the E was. It's a very satisfying play. Outlives. I think of this come up as well, funnily enough. Are these good words to learn? Solutive. Oh yes, with moms. Damners. Oh. And there's 4, you say? So it'd have to be either an M or an N. I don't think it's an N. Is it randoms? Mm-hmm. The only thing I can think of is this, and I'm pretty sure that's wrong because it's a surname. Manreds. Oh. Hard one to find, like Manreda. Curiosa? Carios. Yay. Wagoned. Is it downage? Ugh. It was Gowand. Okay. Weird. Snaft. Ugh. What is that typing? Snaft. Fardens. Limeades? No. Miss Deal, gotta be Miss Deal. Oh, medials. So medial has a medial. Okay. Mayalids. Lapsed. Is it Pleiades? Holy moly, look how many there are. 7. It's got to be Pleiades then. There I was thinking I was smart finding Lapsed and Pleiades. Cephalid. I'm going to try and get as many as I can because I know it's usually better. Sandpile minus an N is 7 in total. Is there something weird like Lapidus? Oh! My Greek comes into play again. As if I knew any at all. Oh. I'm going to give up. Elapids, I do know elapids. Alapids, hard to see. Pidals and Pulseed, all hard ones to see. So I'm glad I gave up because I was never getting them. Now that set is going to take me a long, long time, I can tell you that. There's so many. Sugared. Rude gas. Is it Gorders? How many are there? Yeah, there's only... No. D sugar. Okay. Dialyze. Just trying to work out how to spell it. I want to play Yaldies, but it's not right. It can't be right. Dailies. No, that's not right. Iliads. I was not even in the ballpark. Okay, so that's not good. Okay, I thought it was good. No, it's not even a word. Great. Fantastic. Well, that's why I'm doing this. Hardest. Dearths. Hatreds. There's something between hardest and hatreds. Wow. Threads. And hard set, of course. Yeah, so because I played a wrong word, even though I got all those, they're all going back. Excuse me. Romance. Lol. Cremona. Yay! Oil cans. Uh-oh. I thought this was the end one. Alnico. It's got to be Alnico's. Oh, it's oil pans I'm thinking of. Bang. Boom. Oh, and there we go. Oh, already finished. So, we can review. So, got 30. Probably going to add about 30. So if we look at it, I'm going to add these to the Cardbox. So I then go add list to Cardbox, anagrams, specify to 0. Okay. So if we do that as a snapshot, and then I can close that. Yep. And I can close the quiz. Remember to always add your words, because if you don't add your words, all that effort's wasted. And yeah, I'm going to do another Cardbox because that'll open it up. There you go. So you can see what the difference is now. So 17. So there were actually 17. So even though there were 30 words I didn't get, there were 17 questions I got. So I've added that. It's almost to, you know. And now it's distributed it normally around that with my settings. So yeah, well, I hope you've enjoyed this Cardbox refresh, Cardbox tutorial. Any questions with regards to how to approach things, etc., do let us know, and I will see you next time. Bye.